So does Ja Morant, like, have a gun on him, like, every time he walks out the door? Because that's kind of how it feels, doesn't it? Like, it's like that Snoop Dogg song where he's like, put oil of Olay on my skin because my skin gets pale, and like I put my doggy underwear on, and then I put my jaw gun on inside of my sock. Like, what is happening with Ja Morant? Like, the reason I ask this is because every time you hear about Ja Morant, every time he's doing something outside of a basketball court, there's a gun. Every time. The latest is Saturday on Instagram. I don't know, cute little Mother's Day Eve stroll around the block listening to NBA Youngboy, and one of Ja's friends was on IG Live with like 135 people on it. Why? Who knows? Dumb. And so he's like doing something, I don't know. He pans over to Ja, and Ja just I don't know, like does something twisty with the gun. The friend's like, oh shit, fuck, Ja, IG Live, gun, bad. Drops the phone. And somebody that was watching, one of those 135 people, screenshotted that one half of a second, literally a half of a second. They showed Ja with the gun in his hand near his head, doing whatever he was doing. And now you're dead. You're done. It's a wrap for you. He was on IG Live with the gun for less than a half a second. Screenshots, internets, spread like wildfire. And now we got it on every single ESPN, Fox Sports, TMZ, everywhere. So where are we at? Now, according to Woj, Ja is expected to face a lengthy suspension. Not because there's been some legal breach like it was in Shotgun Willie's, but because it was conduct detrimental to the league. Meaning, hey, Ja, you're fucking with our money. And I think one of the most astounding things about this offseason that we're still talking about Ja around guns. Like, remember, he admitted to making some terrible mistake. Remember, he said he went to counseling for 2 weeks to get better and like learn better coping methods. And he promised us he would never be in this situation again. And Adam Silver believed him like a schmuck and gave him this soft penalty. 2-game suspension plus the 6 he had imposed on himself with that time in therapy. And Ja said this in his interview with Jalen Rose.
You at the spot, Shotgun Willie's. I've been there. You are holding a gun. And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I take full responsibility for my actions. Made a bad mistake, and I can see the image that I painted over myself with my recent mistakes, but in the future, I'm gonna show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change this narrative.
And narrator says he did not change the narrative at all. I know how dangerous that can be. I don't condone violence. That gun wasn't mine. And that was a lie. Either Ja has a gun on him at all times and plays with it like it's a toy, or he has friends that just allow him to play with their guns, whether they're loaded or not loaded, and play with their guns like toys. Either way, dumb. Very, very dumb. Extremely dumb. Can we be honest about this for a second? The dumbest thing about this is that there's a lot of smoke already around Ja at this very moment. At this very moment that we sit, he is being sued by someone, a kid, a minor, that he beat up because the kid threw a basketball at him. That's happening right now. Right now, the NBA is investigating Ja, and they have been investigating Ja for over a year for multiple incidents surrounding a gun. Multiple incidents surrounding a gun. His lawyers know this. His advisors know this. Ja Morant knows this. Okay. He got a light suspension just 2 months ago. The NBA, the All-NBA list came out, 3 days ago? Ja Morant was left off the list because of this incident with a gun at Shotgun Willie's, and he ends up losing out on $40 million. And, okay, so there's heat on you, Ja. 3 days later, what do? You're hanging out, flashing guns with dudes who call themselves Double Tap 2. Double Tap, a.k.a. 2 shots to the head, Double Tap. The guy's name on Instagram who filmed that, D-Tap2. double tap 2. If you can't tell that the D is for tap, double, it's because he also put the 2 after it as well. D tap 2. So now you know. So you got Ja with his friends who are all cosplaying gangbangers, Crips, I think. And this is like the kind of dude whose username on Call of Duty is like gangster for life forever and like uses skull and crossbones emoji. Like, okay, dude, yeah, we get it. You're like, you kill people. Oh, very funny. Ha. And in doing all of this, he makes Adam Silver look like an idiot. You got the commissioner who gave you a light suspension, took you aside and said, okay, Ja, like I'm going to give you a slap on the wrist because we want to see you in the playoffs, but like you have to promise me you're not going to do any of this dumb shit again. And he's like, okay, I won't do any of this dumb shit again. And he does all the same dumb shit all the way again. And you know it's bad because you got real deal 6-0 Crips going on TV and being like, yes, we don't claim him. He's not a gangbanger. He doesn't do any of this. He's an idiot. When you got 6-0 Crips being like, yeah, this guy's dumb. We're gangbangers and we think he's also dumb. Like, you're dumb. And now instead of us being like, okay, is this the year that Ja finally wins an MVP? Is this the year that Memphis break through? We have to say, oh, is this the year that Ja Morant misses an entire fucking year of basketball because he's so dumb that he can't stop playing with guns on IG Live like a 15-year-old girl on Snapchat? That's where we're at in the conversation with Ja. He's probably going to lose a half a season at least. That's where we're at with Ja. He is going to miss a half a season in the prime of his career just because he can't stop cosplaying a 6-0 Crip for whatever reason. He thinks that makes him cool and tough and like closer to NBA YoungBoy. So very dumb. This is going to be the biggest story not only of the offseason, but this year's regular season too, and there's only one person to blame, and he doesn't have an IG account named DTAP2.